Hi everybody. So today is actually the middle of the week. It's 11th, the 11th, yeah, yes, and it's already Wednesday. So I have been MIA for most of the week. I have been stitching quite a bit, but I didn't have the chance to film because I was kind of getting tired really fast. Plus, I don't know, I just didn't have the chance to film. So I decided to just film it today, and considering it being the middle of the week, I still have like 2 days left of, or maybe even 3 days left of stitching, so maybe I will be able to update you then on what I've been stitching for the rest of the week. But for now, I'm going to show you a couple of my projects, and this will be the first. This is my Ruby Thais, and as you can see, I have been stitching a little bit of this little piece. It's still the cutout from the full chart, so I haven't finished it yet. But as you can see, it is moving very slow. I haven't taken a picture of how it looked like before, but it is filling in every area because everything that I'm stitching is like going around these little filled in places. Basically, I am really liking the way the threads, I'm sorry, my camera is kind of shaky, but I am really liking how the threads are looking and the crosses are really straight. Maybe I'll just do a little close up like this. So as you can see, the crosses are really nice and neat. I'm liking it, but maybe it is true and it's really hard to stitch because of the reds. It's kind of getting really, annoying in some point, and I pick it up and the most I can stitch is like mostly like 200 crosses, even less sometimes. So I don't know what is keeping me from this. I have been told that it must be the red because red color is really getting on the nerve in some point. So I think that is true, but I don't know. I'm not like totally discarding this little piece. It's kind of big, but this project I am planning of keeping stitching it little by little. I'm not in a hurry with this one, so let's see how much I have stitched. If we checked in our program, this is still the cutout from the full chart. This is the full chart. Can you see that? So I have been stitching this. It's falling, it's falling. Wait a minute, I'll just do this. Okay, so I have stitched 64.9% from this little piece, and if we open it, sorry for the light overhead, can you see? This is the little piece that I've been stitching. This is the pink color, and if we check our timeline, come on, our timeline. Last time I filmed was on the 7th. That was the end of my last crafty week. And move the light away. And today, not today. And last time I stitched this week was on the 9th, and I have stitched 100 crosses. On the 7th, I've actually stitched a bit. I've stitched 359, which is pretty good for this project. I'm never stitching that much. You see, like I've stitched like on the 24th last month, 379, and on the 7th, I've stitched like this month 359 crosses. So that is the most that I can pull out of this one. I'm not really doing it. It's not really working for me. So this was project number 1, and let's see what else. Next on our list is Chimera the Scorpio. And as you can see, I've already passed that first piece from this row and I have finished it. It's looking really abstract. Really, it is very, very abstract. The full picture is kind of weird looking, but it's kind of beautiful. I don't know why it's making me happy. Like, in contrast from the other project, this is blue and blue is really relaxing. So I do not stitch that much of it at a time just because it's kind of difficult for me to sit down. It's on a big frame, it's on the Millennium frame, and it's heavy, so it's really difficult for me. But I have found a little spot and I am trying to stitch it as much as I can whenever I have free days, and I usually stitch it in the mornings. And as you can see, I've already entered the next little piece and I am going to stitch this one. And here are my beautiful little crosses. This is stitched on 18 count fabric with DMC thread. So I am loving this, the little crosses. I love 18 count and I usually I always stitch 2/1. So this is what I have stitched. It's kind of a confetti looking, but it's kind of a logical confetti, so it is not that difficult, especially using a program like Cross Stitch Saga or even Pattern Maker. You know, any digital program that you can use with digital charts, it's so helpful, because if you stitch like a project with many different colors, changes, and many singles and a confetti like, you know, net over here, it is much easier to do when you use a digital chart, just because it shows every cross that you need to check out from that particular piece that you're stitching. And that means that it will be much easier not to go back to stitch it again. I mean, when I used to stitch my Heaven and Earth, when I just started, before I had all those projects, all those programs that I use today, I actually never had, I always, never had, I just forgot what I wanted to say. I always used to miss a couple of crosses, and then I had to like pick out the thread again and go back to the same color and look for the piece that I've you know, missed, and just stitched again. And now I don't have to do that. I just fill in the same color in every little, you know, piece, and now I have it fully stitched and I can move to the next color. So it's really comfortable for those of us who stitch by color. You can actually use it to stitch like cross country, you can use it to stitch with parking, you can use it whatever, for whatever you want, and it always is easier to use. So I am so happy that it is working for me and it is progressing with me, and I am not leaving it, you know, I keep stitching it. So yeah, this was project number 2. Now let's check out how much I've stitched from our program. Okay, so this is it. This is Scorpio. I have 15% stitched, which is getting me closer to 200% to like 20%. Okay, so this is what I have. Can you see? It actually shows me all the crosses that I need to check out, so it's really comfortable, and I am in love with the Cross Stitch Saga. Now, last time I stitched it was on the 7th, which was my last crafty weekday, and this week I've stitched it on the 8th. Well, it was like a day after. So on the 8th I've stitched 319 crosses, which is altogether 20,278 crosses stitched from this piece out of 135,000. So it is a good progress, and I am really proud of myself, and I'm proud that I am keeping to stitch this, and I will end up finishing it. I don't know when, but I will. Now, next project. And project number 3 for this week was Rioli's. This is my Sakura bridge, and this is what I have. I'm actually moving towards the end. I am already over the like the bridge. I still have a couple of crosses to finish in the bridge, like over here, and then I can move up to the upper sky side, and I need to finish this little Sakura piece, and then it will be over, and then I will be able to wash it, and then I will be able to do the back stitch and the beading. So I am so happy that this one is moving along. I have so many plans for my future stitching, and I really want to do it, but first I need to finish this. So after I finish this one, I will be able to start a new project, and I know what it will be. But for now, as you can see, it's a really delicate project. Again, I have said that before, it's not exactly my style of stitching. I do prefer like larger projects like Chimera, like Heaven and Earth, even like some of the kits that I have stitched or am going to stitch with, which are full coverage pieces. So this is kind of weak for me. I mean, it's not an easy stitch at all. All of this inside the Sakura, it has a lot of, confetti like stitching, plus it has blends, plus it is kind of all over the place, so it's kind of hard to not to get lost because the chart is really complicated. But it is looking really cute. I think if I'll have the next one from this collection stitched, and I can frame them, it will be a very beautiful, delicate decoration for my new home. So hopefully I will be able to do that. We'll see. And for today, this is what I have stitched, and that's quite a bit. Kind of moving pretty fast. I am stitching it mostly at the morning before I go to work. I wake up a little earlier, get ready, and then I have like half an hour to stitch, just to relax before work, because that's really relaxing me. Cross stitch is very relaxing. Now for my last project for this week, my most loved project out of every one of them is Chimera number 3, and this is the lighthouse on the cliff. So I am so in love with him. Anyways, I have finished this little piece. It's too bad that I haven't been filming during this week because it kind of came in stages, and if you can still remember, if not, you can check out my last video, but if you can still remember, I haven't stitched all of this. It was kind of like all over the place, but now it's all finished and done with, and I can remove the the how is it called? Oh my god, my Q snaps and move it back to the other side, to the left, because I always stitch from the left to right, and start stitching the ocean, and then there will be a little ship and the sky, and that will be so fun to stitch because it's a really fun area, and I can't wait to get to the sky. The sky will be amazing looking. Of course, I will still have this side to stitch where the lighthouse is, and there will be some more trees and some more planting. Like this really surprised me, this little piece. More flowers, and every part where there are flowers, it's so complicated because there are like a million of singles, and it's kind of getting a little carpet like in the back, and it's getting harder to stitch it. So what can I say? I am not really complaining because I love the outcome. Can you see how beautiful it is? Now let's see from Saga how much I've stitched. And this is it. 25% have been stitched out of this, and I'm sure that once I move to this place where the ocean and the sky, it will start moving a little faster. So let's open it and see how much I've stitched during this week. Come on, open. All right, so this is the piece that I have been stitching. Now I actually need to cross this out because it's kind of locking me out of it. So I'll just open the lock, it will disappear, and I can get closer to here. I have stitched this, I just haven't crossed it out. So I am pressing the little pen. I mean, if it's like with its if it's showing like this, it means that it's an eraser. If it's with its pen down, I can use it and cross out all the symbols that I have stitched. Now that I have finished it, I can lock the pen so I won't be drawing on anything else. And can you see? I mean, I can show you the full picture like this. Yeah, like this. This is what I'm supposed to be getting. There is something that's making me a little weirded out, I guess. Can you see the difference? I mean, this is pink. If I'll remove it, it's kind of pink. The road is pink, too much pink in it. And on the picture here, it doesn't look pink. It looks more like brownish, grayish. I don't know, but it still is beautiful. Anyways, I am going to moving to this little piece, and I cannot wait to start stitching it. Again, it will have some difficult parts over here where the trees will be and stuff, but I'm sure that I will be able to deal with that. Now close it back, that's my symbols, and open our timeline. Now, okay, so last time I filmed was on the 7th, and I haven't been stitching it then. On the 8th, the 10th, and the 11th, I've been stitching this project, and I haven't been moving like on thousands of half crosses, but like on the 8th, 848, on the 10th 803, and today I've actually finished it, so I didn't keep going, the 11th, and I have stitched 735 half crosses. So altogether we have 32,027 half crosses, and that gives us 25% done from this project. So yeah, so I am going to be doing that tomorrow. I'm going to move my Q snaps to the other side and start stitching it again. So wish me luck. Now, I think that's about all for tonight. I don't know what time it is. I think it's about 11 o'clock at night. So it's almost time to go to bed. I'm still thinking that I'm going to stitch something for like half an hour more, and just enjoy my evening and then go to bed. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but I will definitely be updating you by the end of this week. Again, I don't want to miss any more days. So I will see you in the next fragment. Hey guys, so today is Saturday. This is actually my last day of crafty week, but I've decided to update you. Maybe I will do this twice today because yesterday I skipped again, and today I want to show you a couple of projects that I have been working on, like yesterday and today. I mean, today is Saturday, of course it's a free day, so I have a full day of stitching, and I have a couple of things to show you. So this is you all know already, this is my Rioli's Sakura bridge, and as you can see, it's already more than halfway through. It's almost done. I still have the sky to finish, and I think that, I mean, it's not done at all. I mean, it has a lot of work still left to go, but stitching wise, it is almost finished. Can you see the bridge is all done with? The Sakura on this side is fully stitched. All I have to do is add the back stitch and do the beading, but that will be in the end, like the total whole end. Basically, this side Sakura is also finished. All that I have to do is still fill in a couple of areas with the background, just like here. I mean, the gradient goes on the upper side too. And we have two women. I guess these are women. I'm not really sure, but it looks like a woman, and they are standing on a bridge. And I actually haven't noticed them before, but when I looked at it from the far, I noticed that there were people standing on a bridge. So that's really, really cute. What I have left is almost nothing. I mean, it's basically full color coverage. Can you see, like, one symbol, two symbol, and three symbol? I was trying to finish all the symbols from the same type at a time when I started to stitch the, upper side, just because I wanted to get closer to the end and I wanted to finish one color and then move to the other. I do love to stitch by colors, so this is something that I always do. This chart was not easy. You can definitely see the little, spots, I guess. I don't know how to call them, but there are a lot of singles in here, and it's not an easy chart, though it looks like an easy one because it's a small project, but still it is kind of a difficult stitch. So that was a little bit of a challenge. I actually have the other one, which I am thinking about starting too, because I really really want to have the full series and then frame them, because once we move to the new house, I really do want to, cover the walls with my projects, because it's finally will be, hopefully, it will be our final destination, and we will be living in that house for a long time, because it will be our home from now on. So I do want to color the walls in certain ways, and I want to hang my pieces on the wall. So I will be starting to frame my projects like one at a time. Hopefully I will be able to do that, and I want to hang them on the walls. And considering that this is one of a series, I want to do the second one, and eventually I will purchase the middle one and we will hang them all together. So this is what I have from this one. I think it's kind of cute. It is really delicate and really nice, and I'm sure that once the back stitch will be on and the beading, it will look amazing. The crosses are great, but I do have a couple of areas where I made mistakes, because I've started this one in different direction, and that made me lose my, stitching direction a little bit, because I started making mistakes in my other project because of this one. So I am trying to finish this, and then the other one I will do the right way. So guys, this is project number 1 for today. Project number 2 is my Chimera. This is the Scorpio, and as you can see, I am stitching it a little bit. I'm not going crazy on it. I am stitching a little bit at a time. Every time I feel like, sitting by my computer in my room, in my pink room, I do take this and stitch this. But it's not really comfortable for me, especially right now, because my back hurts. I'm 7th month now, and 7 months, and it's kind of, hard to sit for a long period of time in certain positions. So I am trying because I really want to make it work. I really want to stitch this. I love this project. It's beautiful. And as you can see, I have been working on it like yesterday, I think yesterday, and today a little bit. Today, well, actually, it's about 12:15 right now in the afternoon, so I still have a full day of stitching to go, and I have a plan for today. But I have been stitching this when I woke up this morning, had some coffee, and then I moved to this. I have filled in a little bit from the darker blues. I had a couple of stitches in here that I haven't finished. Still have one in here in the top, which I will fill in once I move to this area. And I think that it looks so beautiful. I don't know what's about this project. It's really abstract, but the full image is really pretty. So I'm sure that eventually it will end up being amazing looking, and I will definitely be hanging this one on one of my walls. Definitely will. I have the other Chimera from this, this collection. This is, of course, the Scorpio, and I am a Gemini. So I have another chart for a Gemini. It's much more delicate colors, but I don't know if I will be able to start this right after I finish this one, because I do have a plan for my Chimera stitching, and I actually am going to tell you a little secret, I guess. I have ordered 2 more projects from the same seller where I ordered my lighthouse from Katrusini Rukadelki, and there I bought 2 more kits that I'm planning to start once I finish one of my chimeras. So I'm not sure that I will start the Gemini after I finish this. We'll see how I end up finishing my project. I'm not really sure for now. Let's see on Saga how much I stitched. So this is the project. As you can see, can you see? This is half of the project is blue and the other half is starting to get a little orange-ish and then red-ish and it's kind of pretty. So 15.3% are done with. I am not making huge progresses with this. Come on, open up. What's, I think it's stuck. Is it stuck? Wait, let me close this and then open the project. Oh, it's actually 12:40 already. Time flies. So open up. Now it works. Hey, you can see me. I am holding my phone. Okay, so this is what I am stitching right now. This is the little piece. I am cutting it out of the larger chart. This is something that I've started doing when, pretty recently actually, when I got to stitch from full chart. It's actually interesting how much of a percent I've been stitching. So I have stitched this yesterday and today. So yesterday I have done 129 crosses, and today I actually had a nice progress for this one, 332 crosses for the 14th. So today was pretty good stitching. As you can see, my numbers in this are not crazy, and 332 is a very good number for this project. So go out of this, and this was project number 2. I'm not sure that I'm going to be stitching it anymore today because I have other plans, but let's see what else I've been doing today. I mean, I haven't been doing it today. I have been stitching it yesterday, like last night. And as you can see, I've already moved my frame over here. It's very good stretch for my fabric. I have put little pieces under these little holders so the fabric will hold better, so that gives me a very good coverage. I mean not coverage. Very good stretch, and the fabric is really tight. Like I love it as a drum. And as you can see, I've moved to my new row, and this is so fun to stitch. I mean, it's much an easier stitch because it has a lot of blues, and I love stitching with blue. I mean, that's kind of obvious to me right now because of my Scorpio, and eventually it will go a little upper and I will start stitching the sky, which will be much easier because it has a lot of coverage for same colors, so it will be not very difficult to stitch, and I think that will go a little faster. As you can see, I took a larger area from this. I mean, these are the areas that I've been stitching. Oh, it actually goes a little down there, but I took like 7x7 squares. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. 7x7 squares, so altogether I will have a fuller, bigger piece finished, and then I will move a little to the right. So I am planning on stitching this one today as well, a little bit later, because my other plan is, I'm going to show you in a second. And if we check our progress, this is 25.7% done. And opening up the chart, come on. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to open this. As you can see, this is the area that I am stitching right now, like this one. And I am going to move to this. Sorry, my husband just called me and almost broke my video. So the sky will be covered soon, and that will be very easy stitching. Can you see little crosses? A lot of areas covered with the same color. So that will be that will be very fun. And there will be a ship. Altogether, I love this project. So no, I don't want to get out of here. What did I just pulled myself out of this chart. I don't know why. Okay, let's go back and check out how much I have stitched. Focus. So yesterday, as you can see on the 13th, I've stitched 938 crosses, which is really good. Like, I usually stitch around 1,000, and 800, 900, 700 are my like weaker days, I guess. So 938 is pretty good for this project. It's almost 1,000, but not. So it actually was pretty late last night and I was a little bit tired, so I just really wanted to start stitching this little area. So this is project number 3, I guess, for today. I will be stitching it again more a little bit later tonight maybe, and let's see what else. So this is my plan for right now. This is my Heaven and Earth design, and you have all seen this before. This is Beloved, and as you can see, I just have a tiny little more to finish from this little piece, and then I'll be able to move to the next little piece. I think that will be easier to stitch, as for less color changes than here, but still I really hate this area with the hair, so I don't know how that will go, but still I really do want to finish this and go on to the next. Right now I have 92.5% from this piece stitched, so I have like what, 7.5%, 8% to go, and then I will be able to move on. So this is my plan for the next couple of hours, I think. Right now I am not planning to stitch anything else. Like I said, I want to go on to the lighthouse a little bit later today, but we'll see about that. I'm sure that eventually I will end up stitching my Rioli skid some later on tonight, because I really do want to progress with that and finish it as soon as possible, because I do have some plans after that one. And right now I will move to this project like in a couple of minutes once I finish filming. So this was my update for my project for the last couple of days, and I am going to update you tonight for a final finish week, crafty week. So we will be able to finish this crafty week with our, goodbye. So I will see you a little bit later on tonight. Hey guys, so it's already the end of the day. It's actually about 11:30, so I was really wanting to film this ending clip just because I didn't want it to go over 12 o'clock. So I have finished stitching at least the things that I was planning on stitching for now, and maybe I'll do some more stitching before I go to bed, but for now this is what I have. So this was my plan in the beginning of the day. I really wanted to close this little area and finish it and move on to the next, and as you can see I've done that, and this is what I have done. So his hair is starting over here. I think some of these little swirls is, somewhere in here. I'm not sure what this is, but it's supposed to be the beginning of his hair. And what I have noticed, that her hair is starting over here, so it's the beginning of her head. So I am hoping that it will go up here, and start filling in the areas of the black, so I won't have to stitch as much black. But this is what I have stitched for today. I think I had a pretty good stitching for this one, because I usually don't stitch a lot of it and I take it quite, not so often. So let's see on Saga how much I've stitched. Alright, so this is what I have from this project. So this is the little piece that I have finished 100%, and if we open this we'll be able to see how much. So I already colored all of it, so it's 100%. And I've stitched, today's the 13th, I've stitched for 148 crosses for today, which is nice. But if we go out to the new fragment, can you see 36% of it I have stitched today? So it's a very, very good amount. And can you see her head is already appearing? So let me just erase this piece that I've finished. Where is the delete pattern? I can delete it. Am I sure? Yes, I am. I finished it. So this is what I'm stitching right now, and opening this, I actually have this thing where, can I just show you? There's a lot of cranic in her hair, so hopefully I'll have enough. If not, I'll have to order some more, but there's a lot of cranic in here, and I'm so happy about that because I love stitching with cranic. Where did I go out? Anyways, if what symbol was I stitching actually? The little circle. Okay, so let's leave this open like this and open up the timeline, and I have stitched 722 half crosses today, plus the 140 something, which is a very, very good amount. So yeah, for this little piece I am happy for my progress, and I'm sure that the rest of it will be much more fun to stitch and beautiful. Though it's a monochrome, it's a little boring to stitch because there's not a lot of color in it, but still it's a very, very good and beautiful picture. So next thing that I was stitching today was this beautiful design. And this is my lighthouse. And like I said, I really wanted to go up into the sky already. And there is the beginning of the ship. You know what? I'm a little weirded out because the beginning of this, it's actually a blend. Try to show you if you'll be able to see the blend in here. But it's a blend of two colors, and for some reason it's purple, but it's a really bright purple. So I don't know how the sky is going to look. They are supposed to be like sunset or sunrise. I think it's sunset. So there's a lot of purple and pinks and stuff in it. So I don't know. For some reason, this is stitched with one color and this color is in the ship as well. So I hope that it will look good. I am going to keep stitching it. Of course, I am loving the way it comes out, and I'm sure that there's a reason that it's purple. I mean, there's a thing about the little road to the lighthouse, it's pink too. So I don't know, maybe the coloring, something with the shading in this project, but still it's beautiful. So I'm sure that it will be fun to stitch. And as you can see, the lighthouse is the ship is already appearing. I mean, it's kind of a shade of a ship, so we'll see. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell right now, but I think once it will fill in, it will be much more obvious. And Saga 26.5% are finished. I can't wait to see the 30. Like always, when it's around number, it's the best. So open this, and this is what I'm stitching right now. So can you see the large color fill? So this is all that I have to stitch with this color, and as you can see, it is a blend of two purples. And yeah, I don't know, maybe it will eventually look amazing. I'm sure that it will. So I have stitched today 1061 crosses, which is a great amount for this. 1000 is more or less the amount that I usually try to stitch from this because I really want to keep it going. And if we just look at the full, I mean, I'll try to show you the image that's supposed to happen, and this is it. So this is the color stain that I'm stitching right now. There's some birds in here and the little piece of a ship. So I don't know, it doesn't look that bright from here, but I guess it's supposed to be that way. So I don't know. I'm sure that this will end up looking beautiful because I trust Chimera and I've seen finished projects from Chimera and I know that it is amazing. So, wrapping up today, I really, oh, come on, just open. I am really glad for today's stitching, and I am happy that I had so much progress, and I did have progress, and hopefully it was an interesting week for you too. I mean, I didn't do a lot of updates during the week, just 2 updates, 2 days of update, but I think I had a lot to show you. So hopefully you enjoyed. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you think, and if you want to see something in particular, I would love to talk or show you. So I will see you in my next crafty week, and have a great weekend. Subscribe, give me thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.